Okay, everybody, thank y'all for coming. Welcome to the first installment of our Spring Fling Business Credit Series. This is the first installment of 4, okay? So we're gonna have once a week for the next 4 weeks, starting right now. And today's title of this Spring Fling Business Credit Series is how to make your business credible and fundable, okay? And when I say credible, I mean credible in the eyes of the lender, okay? And when I say fundable, that means how fundable your business is, okay? How much funding can you get with your business, right? That's what I mean, okay? And of the steps in building business credit, this is the first step, making your business credible and fundable, okay? Which is basically the setup stuff, okay? And there's 4 basic steps. That's why I got 4 installments of this Spring Fling series, right? And this first step is the most important step, okay? And the reason why I say this is the most important step is because of this. When you fill out an application for an account someplace, it's just an application, okay? It's just an application. And on the application is different fields, okay? And each field that they're asking you to put something in the field, they're doing something. For instance, the name, when it asks you to put in your business name, they're actually doing something. And they are looking up all the businesses with a similar name and address as yours. And if it does not come up exactly, and I mean like exactly, then they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why, okay? And what that means to a business owner is this. Let's say your name has a dash in it, right? And you got some special characters in your name, right? And you're filling out this application in a rush, right? And so you don't put the dash in, you skip over that special character, and it's not exactly how your business name is spelled, because you're just rushing, you're trying to get through this. And then they deny you because it didn't match up exactly, okay? And that's why this credibility piece is so important, okay? Welcome, everybody. My name is Noel A. Booker. I'm with Business Credit Builder.us LLC, and I am the CEO, right? And what we do at Business Credit Builder is we help businesses, entrepreneurs, small business owners, we help them build up their business credit and access loans and credit lines, okay? So basically, we're like a big broker because we have hundreds of legitimate lenders ready, and we already know what their expectations of your business is. So we are in the business of preparing you to get approved because we already know what is needed, okay? So, like I said, this is the first installment in the Spring Fling Business Credit Series. And this one is called How to Make Your Business Credible and Fundable in the Eyes of the Lender, okay? Which is basically how you set up your business, okay? So we're gonna go over how to set up your business, okay? Y'all with me? Y'all can take as many notes as you want, You can interject and ask questions if you like. I like audiences that interact. So just don't sit there and look at me. All right? All right. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to need to do for your business to set up your business properly in the eyes of the lender is to get a business name. Okay? Business name. Right there. You go to the Secretary of State and you register a business name. Okay? For every state, it's a different fee to set up your name. You have to register your name with the Secretary of State in the state that you reside in. When you set up your name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. Okay? And what you need to know is, in order to separate your personal from your business liability, you must select a limited liability corporation, better known as an LLC, or a corporation. If you select a proprietorship or a partnership, then you are personally liable for whatever happens with this business. Okay? That's what you need to know. Okay? So that's the first step, making sure you got a name for your business, right? Another thing is that you need a business phone. Okay? This is one of the required things that you have to set up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Your phone has to be a local telephone number. Okay? It must be a local telephone number, and it must be listed with the National 411 directory. You can do that by going to listyourself.net and list your local telephone number. Okay? Now, for this local telephone number, it cannot be a cell phone number, and it cannot be a home number. It cannot be your home-based number, okay? The reason why is because on this application, remember I told you, on the application, on the part where they ask you for your telephone number, what they are actually doing is pulling up a database of all home numbers and all cell phone numbers. And if you match up to any numbers that's on that list, then they could deny you, and they don't have to tell you why. Okay? So that's why you need a unique telephone number dedicated for your business local. Okay? And I'm gonna show you how to get it, right? Because you can do one of those VoIP numbers and forward it to your cell phone or your home number. Okay? What you do is you go to Freedom Voice. Okay? Freedom Voice is where you should get your local number from. Okay? Now, you can go to Ring Central or Vonage. They do the same thing, but they start you at $25 a month. With Freedom Voice, they'll give you a local number for $9.95 per month, and they will list it for $3 a month. Okay? That's the move right there. All right? So this is required to have this local telephone number listed, right? Freedom Voice will do that for you for $13 a month. Now, having a fax number and an 800 number is not necessary, but it lends credits to your business. So if you have this local number that's listed appropriately, you're doing good. But if you have this fax number and an 800 number, now you're looking more like a credible business, more like you can pay your bill. And that's all they want to know is whether or not you can pay a bill. And they're going to do that from the information you put on that application. Okay? So, Freedom Voice, that's a spot to go to. All right? Can't use a cell phone, cannot use your home telephone number as your main business telephone number. All right? Boom. Next thing is you need a business address. Okay? You need a business address. And there are only 3 options when trying to decide what your business address is. There's only 3 options. 1, 2, 3. The first option is to have a brick and mortar, which is a storefront. But not everybody can afford that. That's understandable, right? But that's the best spot. You definitely need a place where you can accept packages. Okay? 2 is a virtual office address. Okay? Virtual office address. Now, in every city worldwide, there are companies that offer virtual business addresses. Okay? Every city worldwide, all right? And you can get a virtual business address for as low as $50. Okay? And when you get a virtual office address like this, you get your mail sent there and you can go pick it up. Or they offer services like they'll open up your mail, scan it, and email it to you. They'll notify you when you got a package there. They'll offer you a office space. And when you have an office space, you have access to the break room and the meeting rooms. And you set up like a nice business. You get the lobby and all that stuff. But all you need for these purposes is just this $50 virtual business address. Okay? Now, my go-to for this virtual business address is a company called DaVinci. All right? Let me write that there. DaVinci. DaVinci Virtual Offices. You can find the information at my website, which is businesscreditbuilder.us, right? / it's not up here, vendors. I think that's kind of small, but we're going to say / vendors. If you go to my website, businesscreditbuilder.us / vendors, you can get explicit instructions on how to order this virtual address. Okay? There's a telephone number to call, there's a person to ask for, and there's just verbiage on how to order the correct product. Because this address is way important, so don't get it wrong the first time. Okay? It can't be just any old address, all right? And so DaVinci is going to make sure you got the right address, all right? Cool. The third and the last option is your home address. And the reason why I say it's the last option is because creditors and lenders do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible. Okay? Nowadays, some businesses do accept home-based businesses, but they do this in a case-by-case basis. For instance, let's say your business is you do hair, right? Right? So you're doing hair at the house. Well, maybe you might be able to pay that bill doing hair from the house. But on the other hand, let's say you're a trucking company and well, maybe you can't keep all of these trucks at the house. You see, so they're really just trying to see whether or not this makes sense. Does this make sense? Now, another piece of information that's good to know is that on your Dun & Bradstreet business credit report is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So they're looking at already, and they can look at your business credit report without you asking, and they don't have to tell you why they denied you. So they're looking at your address anyway, okay? So they're just trying to see if this makes sense. That's just good information to know. And so the home address is the last resort, all right? And some people don't want to share their home address when they're doing business, which is understandable. And that's why some people get the virtual address for $50 a month. Okay? So make sure you go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors and you get the information that you need to order the right business virtual address that you need, right? And this is very important stuff. Having the correct name, the phone, your address, all this is like crucial stuff to setting up your business properly and credible in the eyes of the lender. Okay, let's move next. EIN number. EIN number. I'm not even going to talk much about the EIN number because most people know what the EIN number is. But I'm going to let you know what you need to know. You need to know that you cannot build business credit without an EIN number. It just cannot be done. Okay? So you need an EIN number. And the next thing that you need to know is it's free. So don't pay for an EIN number. You go to irs.gov. It takes you 15 minutes to get an EIN number. And that address that's on that EIN number, when you set that up, it has to match up to the address that's at the Secretary of State. Okay? That's what you need to know. All right? Okay. Boom. We talked about the EIN number, address, phone, the name, the entity, right? Now we're going to talk about the website. Okay? Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. Nowadays, this is like one of the credible things. If you're a credible business, you have a website. Okay? And that's how lenders and creditors think. Okay? Now, and they will go to your website to check on you. Okay? And when they go to your website, what they're gonna do is they're gonna Google your business name, and hopefully they find your website. And when they find your website, they're gonna skip over that nice, pretty home page you got and go straight to the contact page. And this is where they're checking up on you. Okay? This is where they're checking up on you. All right? Now they're gonna check the name, the telephone number, and the address and make sure it matches what you put on that application. Okay? Now they're trying to catch you. They're trying to catch you slipping up, right? They're trying to catch you slipping up right now. Okay? All right. So you need that website set up right. It needs to just look professional. Like you're actually doing something. You might not be doing nothing. You might be a startup, but you need to make it look like you can actually come here and get some business done. Okay. All right. Website. And okay, so I also do websites, so bad. All right. Email. You need a business email. Okay? You definitely need a business email. You cannot use as your business email a free email account like Gmail, Yahoo, or none of that. The lenders don't want to see you using that because it's like, well, who am I talking to here? Are they really serious? What they want to see is your name at yourbusinessname.com. They want to see you doing business, communicating through your business email. Point blank. All right? That one's simple to resolve. So when you have a hosting company that's giving you your website, at the same time, you're able to get your email. Okay? All right. Y'all are a quiet bunch. Y'all okay? Any questions so far? I know I went through some stuff that might have changed your whole thought process. All right. No questions for real? All right now. All right. So the next thing that you need to make sure you got set up is a bank account. Okay? You need a separate business bank account. Now, having a separate big business bank account is going to do a few things. One is going to make sure that you have your business revenue and expenses separated from your personal business, your personal monies and expenses, okay? And it's going to help you do your finances, your financial statements for your business, having separate business bank account, okay? Also, the most important thing is that most vendors and lenders won't even do a business deal with you unless you have a business bank account, because they consider credible businesses have bank accounts for their business. Okay? So when you got your business name and you have your EIN number, with those two items, you go to a bank and they'll give you a bank account with your ID. And you don't have to worry about if your personal bank history is messed up. For your business, you can just go in there and set it up. All right. They're going to look at your ID just to identify who you are. And that's it. That's by law. That's what they have to do. Okay. So, bank account. You got to have that bank account. Make sure you got a bank account for your business. License. All right. If you need a license to operate your business, just make sure you got a license, right? Everybody knows that. But the most common mistake that small business owners make is that they have their license, but they have an old address on the license. They will deny you for that. And they don't have to tell you why they denied you. Okay? So the moral of that whole story is that every place your business name is, it needs to be spelled exactly the same. And wherever your business name is, the address and the telephone number needs to be the same, every place. This is what they're looking for, consistency, right? That makes your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Now, this next item is the DUNS number, right? Which I'm going to talk more about the DUNS number in the next webinar, right? But once you got all this credibility stuff, then you're going to go and get your DUNS number. And I'm going to tell you more about that in the next webinar. Does anybody have any questions right now? Okay, and then I'm going to go over some bonus stuff that I don't normally share, all right? Anybody got any questions?
I have a question.
Run it, Miss Reeves.
Okay, so my question, you talked about with the phone service through the Freedom Voice, how they have a $3 fee to list it monthly. Is there a fee to list it at the first service that you the reference us like the what was it, listfree.com?
listforyou.com. Well, if you get the Freedom Voice, you don't need the listyourself.com.
No, but
Right?
I was wondering, does listyourself.com has a fee to list?
Yes and no. They got a free option, right? That is okay. The idea is just to make sure you got your business name listed, all right? And they got a pay option also. So all the free stuff is leading you up to the pay stuff. So ain't nothing free in the world, believe that, right? So,
Mhm.
but I would just do, the Freedom Voice and pay the $3. Because I always go for the free joint first, okay? So my first option was Google Voice. Get that free Google Voice telephone number, but it doesn't work consistently. So Freedom Voice, sometimes the number will list and sometimes it won't. Okay. So I've had businesses that it did list and it was okay. But then I've had other businesses that it didn't even list. So I don't even suggest it. I don't even bring it up actually. I just go straight to what you need to know. Freedom Voice. Now there's other companies that do the same thing, but Freedom Voice is my joint because they're cheaper than the rest with the same type of product. And they make your telephone sound like it's really professional because you can set it up with different extensions like press 1 for sales, press 2 for collections, all that type of
Okay.
stuff, right? So
Okay.
Freedom Voice is the move. I'm trying to tell you what I tell you is the move. This is stuff that I know for sure. Anything I tell you is what I know for sure. It's not that I think I know or I'm trying to make a sale. Okay, I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm trying to help you know the information that you need to know. And if I don't know something, I'm gonna let you know that I don't know it. All right, I'm straight up and down. All right. So, and anything I do tell you, I know for sure it's a fact, Jack.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that question, Miss Reeves. Anybody else got a question? And I'm gonna just run over this. I'm gonna run over this little extra stuff. I'm gonna just breeze over. But after this webinar is a big webinar that I'm gonna go over every single detail in building business credit. Okay. At the top of the hour, 7 o'clock, the name of this next webinar is called How to Get $250,000 in Business Credit for Your EIN That's Not Linked to Your Social. All right. So this is part of the series, and this piece is the credibility and fundability piece. Okay. Now I talked about credibility. Now the fundability is basically the same as credibility, but it's broader. All right. So in order to be credible, in order to be fundable, you got to be credible, right? And that's all this basic stuff, right? But in order to be fundable, you have to think about things like your credibility, right? You got to think about things like the 3 C's, right? The 3 C's. The 3 C's is this is what you need for business, for to get a loan. The 3 C's. You need credit, cash flow, and or collateral. Okay? That's the 3 C's, right? If you got all 3 of these, then you can possibly get approved for an SBA loan. And that's the best place to go because the SBA loan is going to give you a lot of money with a little bit of interest rate, and they're going to spread it over time, right? But most people don't have that, all right? So if you have, let's say you have 2 of these 3 C's, right? If you got 2 of these, then there are products that you qualify for, like term loans, equipment loans, and stuff like that. You'll be able to qualify. Now, if you got 1 of these, there's still options for your business. not as many options as if you had all three, right? And if you have none of these, then that's when you start with business credit. That's when you set up your business credit. And when you have business credit, you have some options that you can fund your business with, right? Now, other things that affect your fundability is public records. Public records. All right? This is stuff that you don't have control over that does affect how fundable your business is. Your financial statements. Okay? Because lenders perceive fundable businesses as businesses with financials. So a fundable business, a credible business has financials on deck at any given time. All right? You can get money without them, but when you got financials, you got access to more money. Because some lenders, this is one of the things they're going to be asking for. Also, your taxes, your personal taxes. If you have those in order, all right? And there's more stuff. So there's a whole big list of things that help you be more fundable that I discuss more in the webinar that starts at 7 o'clock at the top of the hour. All right. I'm gonna go over all of this stuff in more detail and way more than this stuff in the next joint coming up at 7 o'clock.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
With the 7 o'clock event, will it still be on this line? Or you have to go to a new link.
Go to my website and sign up. You can sign up until 7:30.
Okay.
All right. So the website to go to is businesscreditbuilder.us. Right?
Okay.
And then there's an events button there. Okay? Events button. The events button will take you to all the events that we have scheduled. And make sure you sign up for all the other spring fling stuff, right? Because I'm pretty open with this information and I know it, okay? And I went to Morehouse College and got a degree in accounting, and they never taught me about this stuff. The reason why is because, one, in the capital system, they teach you how to get a job, not how to be a business owner. Okay, because this capital system works with employees. If everybody's a business owner, then the capital system don't work. Okay, so that's one thing. And the other thing is this. See, there are certain cultures that teach their youth how to use money. See, my people did not know enough about money to teach me these type of things. Okay, our people didn't hand it down. See, it's built into other cultures, like the Jewish culture. They have this thing called a bar mitzvah. When you're a certain age, they give you a whole bunch of money, and then when you need to spend the money, they teach you how to spend it and what to do with it. That's not built into our culture, in my culture anyway. But that's why I like to share this information, because our people need to know about this, all right? So take advantage of the times that I'm on the webinars, because I'll answer your questions. If I don't know it, I'm gonna let you know. And if I do tell you an answer, I know it for real. All right? All right, so you can contact me. Here's my information. My name is Noel A. Booker, Senior. Right? How to forget the senior on there? Boom. Right? Got the telephone number. The email is noel@businesscreditbuilder.us. Make sure you get your free guide. You should have already access to your free guide if you registered for this, okay? But you get your free guide by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. And if you want to talk to me more about how to help your business with the services that we provide, you go to consult and get a free business credit consultation. Before we end this broadcast, are there any questions?
You have some in the chat.
Or there's some in the chat? All right, let me sit down. When I'm standing up, I can't see the chat. Let's see what we got popping here. All right. Okay. What about Google numbers? All right, Erica asked about the Google numbers. Did I answer your question about the Google numbers? Did you hear the answer? Who was that? Erica? Erica, did you get the answer? Okay, bet. Next question. What about Google numbers? Okay, boom, boom, bam. Got it. All good. I have a trade license. This is Tony. Tony says, I have a trade license for electrical. Should I have my business address on it? Most definitely. Because on your trade license is your business name. Your business address should be on that license without question. Exactly the way it's spelled on your Secretary of State. Okay? Hope I answered that question, Mr. Tony. Lisa says, any recommendations to obtain a business website and email? Oh, most definitely, Miss Lisa Flagg. I can help you with that. Okay. My website packages, I have this thing called the small business web hosting package, which is an all-inclusive package, which means that you don't have to do anything. I'm going to do everything for you. Okay. And what it includes is domain registration, 12 months web hosting. I'll design the website for you. I'll give you monthly updates to the website. I'll give you unlimited email. I'll give you expert customer service, and I'll give you internet consultation, which you cannot get at any other place. And the thing about getting a website through a web hosting company is the customer service. Okay. So I'm going to be, the one for you on that because I have your best interest at heart. So if you go to a company like GoDaddy, their interest is to create another invoice, not necessarily what you need to get done. Okay. So if what you need is out of my scope, I'm going to let you know. Okay. Because I don't need your business that much to just, be like, yo, I'm going to get this business. No, I don't need to do that. So I'm going to let you know if what I got can help you, it would be the best for you. And if it's not, I'm going to tell you what to do. All right. Let me see. My website started at $350 for the whole year, and then they renew at 150 the next year. All right. And then you could change your website, make additions and checks and stuff. And the internet consultation, remember I said the internet consultation? The internet consultation is this. It's like, let's say you got your website and you see another website that's doing something you like. And then you come to me and be like, yo, suppose I want my website to do this. Then I'm gonna tell you what you need to do that. The other companies, they're gonna be like on some other stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna have your best interest at heart, basically. So in order to get down with the websites, what you do is go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And you schedule a free business credit consultation, and we'll talk about setting up your business website and making sure you got the email. All right. And that's a nice package deal. With websites, you get what you pay for. So there's cheaper stuff out there and there's more expensive stuff out there. All right. But you get what you pay for, point blank, boom, boom, bam. All right. So that was Miss Flagg. All right. Next one is Tony Chambers says, name cheap for the business website. Namecheap.com. What's that? Is that like a domain registration joint? I don't know what your question is. Okay. Okay. Erica said I answered it. Tony is down. He said yes, thanks. Lisa said thank you. All right. All right. Bet. And that's all the questions. So anybody else got any comments? Was this webinar useful? You know, just let me know.
I think it was useful. And your 7 o'clock session was sold out, so I had to register for the 28th.
Okay, that's a bet. Okay.
But I enjoyed the session tonight.
Hold on, let me see. I can open that up for you. Let me hold on 1 second. Let me get you in there. Cause see, I'm the boss, so we can do that stuff. Hold on 1 second. Y'all don't mind me. I'm like, you know, I'm funny like that. All right. So hold on. Let's see. We're gonna edit that joint. We're gonna get you in there like swimwear. Does anybody have business credit, or everybody's is starting? They're learning what? Okay, so now you can go in and you can get into that one for 7 o'clock. All right. And what time is it now? It's 6:46. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take me a water break and hydrate for this next one, because the next one is an hour and a half, and I go into a lot of detail. All right. So y'all check that out. And also, I'll be recording these and putting them up on my YouTube channel. You can also check out other broadcasts and webinars that I've done on the YouTube. All right. Make sure y'all get your free guide on how to build business credit. Schedule your free business credit consultation by going to /consult and all that good stuff. All right. Thank you, Miss Lisa Flagg. You said it was extremely useful. Okay, Tony. Oh yeah, Tony. You saw that it was full. Yeah. Hop on in there, Tony. Hop on in there. I opened up a few seats just for y'all to get up in there. No doubt about it. All right, y'all. Yeah. So I'll check y'all out in a few. Let me get some fresh air, and I'll talk to y'all in a few. We're gonna get down with the get down. Yeah. Thank y'all for coming. Businesscreditbuilder.us. Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate it.